Hi Taurus, welcome to Carol's Universe, tarot readings from the heart. So this is your week ahead advice reading. Now just to make it clear, okay, I'll only repeat this one more time so you guys know. This is an advice reading. It's 3 cards and it's a smaller reading than your month ahead. Your month ahead readings are more predictive. The advice reading can sometimes be a predictive reading as well. But in the main, the month aheads are more predictive. They're more about the energies that could be enveloping you in the month ahead, okay? And they're longer readings, okay, using more cards. Your advice reading is really about if you should face a situation like this, how you'll possibly need to resolve it, or how you need to deal with that situation, or it could be a situation that you're already dealing with and the advice on that. Okay, so Universe Spirit, what is the advice that you have for Taurus in 3 cards from the top of the deck? What is the advice that you have for Taurus, Sun, Moon and Rising signs? Taurus, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Taurus, Sun, Moon and Rising signs for the week commencing Monday 19th June 2017 up until Sunday 25th of June 2017. Show me. Well, I feel the advice is to make a very clear decision on a situation, Taurus, because the Queen of Swords is a decision-making card within the tarot. This card comes about where you need to look at a situation from a point of clear perception, okay? And I would say that this is all about clarity, clear perception, mental awareness, all right? So I feel that you need to make a very kind of cut and dry, and I also feel that you need to, with the advice card being this Queen of Swords, what you need to do, Taurus, is next week, I think the card's probably telling you that you need to make a decision based on head rather than heart, okay? Because the Queen of Swords will always rely on her head rather than her heart to clarify a situation, to decide which path she's going to take. She's a logical woman. She's someone who will, if you were to go for this lady for advice, she would give you clear-cut advice based on rationale, based on logic, rather than feelings or emotions. So I feel that you need to possibly make a decision that comes from the head with this Queen of Swords rather than the heart. And I think that in a way you need to kind of stick with that, because she's a very, very resolute character as this Queen of Swords. You can see here she holds the Sword of Truth. And anywhere you've got somebody holding the truth, the Sword of Truth, King, Queen, Knight, Page, not so much the knight. The knight can be a little bit either or. He can be a bit restless. Okay, sometimes he charges forward without thinking. Okay, so sometimes the advice with the Knight of Swords is really to think before you act in a lot of situations. But I feel with the Queen of Swords, this is about taking a clear perception, a clear line in a situation and standing in your truth with this card. And that's because there could be some lucky changes coming in for some of you guys. It could, the Wheel of Fortune shows unexpected or lucky changes, possibly that lead to new growth. Because the Ace of Wands represents growth within the tarot. It represents new ideas, yes. It represents new relationships, yes. It can represent a move. It can represent, you know, a new job, for example. But this is also the card that shows that something is growing, because seeds have been planted with the Ace of Wands and they're starting to actually bloom. So I feel that there could be some changes coming in Wheel of Fortune. It could be unexpected, or it could be changes out of the blue, or it could be some form of luck that leads to some form of growth, because this is the card of growth. So I feel there's might be lucky changes in that lead to some form of growth for you guys. So I feel that you need to make possibly a decision based on your head, on your logic, rather than your heart. So it could be anything, as in terms of, you know, we don't want to, you know, pull this out of, you know, proportion or something. It could be, for example, you're at work and you've been invited to lead a team, and you're really good at your job, and you're nervous about leading a team because you're lacking in confidence. You're thinking, can I do it? Can I not? Maybe I'll make a muck up of it. Maybe I won't do it because I'm fearing it. And really the Ace, this would, for me, would say, well, you know, stand in your truth. Look at the situation clearly. You know, look at look at what could happen. What about if it just went right? You know, and this card is based on the idea of the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is all about positive. It's not always about positive changes, to be honest with you, because it's a neutral card within the tarot. So it can say that things turn for good or bad. But we have a really positive card in front of it. Okay, so we don't have the Wheel of Fortune and maybe, I don't know, the Tower, or we don't have the Wheel of Fortune and maybe the Hanged Man, because the Hanged Man can mean that maybe this change is leading to something that will stick you or have you stuck or have you kind of hanging in the air. It's not really a change. It's something that's not going anywhere for now, or, you know, maybe not so much death. Death is a good card because it just says that the cycle and ending is happening. But if this card I usually find shows with, you know, possibly a negative card, for example, it could be that the changes aren't so good. Okay, so I feel that because it shows with the Ace of Wands, which for me is about new growth, this could be that there is a change coming in for the better. So because this is such a good card within the tarot, we can use the word better with the Ace of Wands. Could be a change for the better. So it might be that, you know, the advice is don't be afraid. Make a decision based on clear perception. Okay, if you're feeling confused next week, or you're feeling worried, or you're feeling nervous about a situation, then the Queen of Swords is always really, really good. Because what she does is she takes you out of the heart space and into the head. Now, sometimes the confusion can come from the head, which can then influence the heart. But I often find with the Queen of Swords, this is about looking at a situation in its clearest light, because that's what she's about. Okay, she cuts to the chase. She cuts through the fog of a situation. So I feel the situation with the Queen of Swords is to look at a situation through clear perception. Make your decisions based on a clear perception. If you're fearing something, maybe Virgo next week, look at the situation clearly. Well, what is it that you're fearing, or what are the reasons why? If you've been offered to do something that you've not done before, and you're thinking, I won't do that because I'm afraid of it, well, look at the Queen of Swords. Because the Queen of Swords will say, well, why are you afraid? What are you afraid of? If you fail, the worst thing you can do is fail at it. And then you'll learn a lesson from it if you do fail. So look at a situation through clear eyes with this Queen of Swords. Make your decisions based on a very clear perception, on a logical and a rational perception, because it could be that changes could come in, and they could be for the better with the Ace of Wands. Promoting also new growth. Also, the Ace of Wands is a card about promotion, so it might be that you have a chance or a lucky break, possibly even with the Ace of Wands, to promote yourself. Who knows? But I think that there's something good coming in for some of you guys. And I think that if you fear it, you'll lose out. So always make that decision based on clear perception rather than fear. Okay, that is your advice for the week of starting Monday 19th June up until Sunday 25th of June 2017. And yeah, I'll speak to you guys soon. And remember to check out your July 2017 month ahead forecast. Take care, guys.